So, the daily Parsha insight, Parsha's Vayakal Pekudei, the title is The Need for Enthusiasm. Take contributions for God from among yourselves. Let every generous-hearted person bring the contribution for God, gold, silver, and copper. Chapter 35, verse 5, in the book of Exodus. So the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai was an act of God's initiative. The divine revelation was therefore not limited by our capacity to receive it. However, for that very reason, we had no way of retaining the revelation we received, because it was something that was given to us from above, and therefore its effect was only temporary. In contrast, we participated in the construction of the tabernacle. Therefore, the divine revelation and holiness that was revealed in it became part and parcel of our very selves. Moreover, the enthusiasm which we donated materials toward the tabernacle's construction expressed our willingness to have God dwell among us permanently, and infused the tabernacle with this quality. Similarly, the divine revelation that we experience in the performance of any of God's commandments is commensurate with the enthusiasm that we invest in performing them. Come to the portion of Geula, page in the Chayenu, it's page 169. For 6 days work will be done, but on the seventh day you will have sanctity, a day of complete rest to God. Our sages refer to a true Torah scholar as Shabbos. This is because Shabbos is a day of rest, and it is supported by the work of the previous 6 days. Similarly, a true Torah scholar is obligated to dedicate himself entirely to Torah, while his fellow Jews are obligated to support him. For the same reason, our sages refer to the era of redemption as Yom Shekulei Shabbos, as Shabbos. All Jews will be true scholars in that era, and they will devote themselves entirely to godly pursuits. The nations of the world will provide for their needs, as it is stated. Strangers will stand and pasture your sheep. Foreigners will be your plowmen and vine dressers. You will be called the priest of God. Servants of our God will be said of you. You will eat the possessions of the nations, and with their glory you will succeed. And this prophecy is from Yeshaya, chapter 61, verse 5. May it will be fulfilled speedily in our days. With that, we'll go to the In Yaakov. In Yaakov for today speaks about the book of Adam. It can be found in Tractate Baba Metzia, page 85b. The book of Adam. Shmuel Yerachina was Rebbe's personal physician. His name was Shmuel Yerachina. When Rebbe contracted an eye disease, Shmuel wanted to inject a certain medicine into his eyes, but Rebbe objected. He said, I cannot bear it. I cannot handle it. It's too much. So Shmuel said, the physician said, then I will apply an ointment, a cream to it. That was Shmuel's suggestion, the option number 2. But Rebbe said, I cannot bear that either. So Shmuel poured some medication into a tube and placed it under his pillow. Thereupon he was healed. the strong therapeutic vapor of the medication penetrated his eyes. That was the interpretation of Rashi for this healing medication. Rebbe tried very hard to confer rabbinical ordination, semicha, on Shmuel, wanted him to become a rabbi, but things just did not work out, either because the times were unsettled, or he could not convene the required quorum of sages to ordain Shmuel. So Shmuel said to Rebbe, "Don't feel bad. I was not meant to be ordained. I have seen the book of Adam, and it is written there, Shmuel Yerachina will be called sage, but not Rebbe, or rabbi. And Rabbi Yehuda Hanossi will be healed through Shmuel." It also says in that book, the book of Adam, that Rebbe and Rabbi Nosson will be the last of the Mishnah period, the last of the Tanoim, last of the sages. Rabbi Yehuda Hanossi compiled and edited all the accumulated Mishnah's teachings, and Rabbi Ashi and Ravina will be the last of the Amoraim. They collected all the debates of the previous Amoraim and arranged them into the Masechtas of the Gemara, into the tractates of the Gemara. The sign that Ravina and Ravashi closed the Talmud is the verse, "Until I came to the sanctuaries, Mikdoshai, of God, until I came to the sanctuaries of God, I contemplated their end." This is a pasuk in Psalms 73:17. Mikdoshai sounds like Ashi. Avina resembles Ravina. Avina, meaning to understand, resembles Ravina. The two sages of Ashi and Ravina, who brought the teachings of the Gemara to their end and marked the close of the era of the Amoraim. Bruchim Tiyu, only good things.